of the Republic for the message on the state of the nation will be moved on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026. The honorable members are therefore debate. The Business Committee, mindful of the need to thoroughly debate the message by His Excellency the President of the Republic, one majority leader and minority leader will take 30 minutes, other leaders will take 15 minutes, ministers, deputy ministers 5 minutes each. In view of this, the Business Committee recommends that the debate on the state of the nation will commence on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026, and the honorable majority and minority leaders will conclude the debate on Wednesday, 11th March 2026. Mr. Speaker, the committee considered the issue of the number of members to be recognized from each side of the House to contribute to the debate each day. The committee accordingly proposed that the allotment of slots for debate on the message should be based on the proportional composition of the House and consequently recommends a total number of 27 honorable members to debate on each day, made up of 18 from the majority caucus and 9 from the minority caucus in the ratio of 2-1. The minority members on the committee, however, vehemently opposed the decision in rejection of the ratio of 2-1, and the committee accordingly submitted the matter for consideration. The committee, Honorable Speaker, having regard to the exigencies of time, the Business Committee recommends that sittings of the House commence at 12 noon to ensure that business scheduled for the week is completed, as well as the debate on the message is completed timeously. Mr. Speaker, the Business Committee is once again publishing the backlog of referrals before committees and urges leadership of committees to prioritize and expedite consideration.
Speaker, let me start off by thanking the leader who, for a reason, has to present the statement today instead of tomorrow. Speaker, 14 questions slated for the ensuing week because the cycle has been that in the ensuing week we'll start a debate, arguably for a week or 5 days, so one can understand. But I'm particularly worried about a question I have filed to the Minister for Climate and Sustainability Development. It's been 3 weeks. It's gone through the motion, and always the feedback has been that he's out of jurisdiction. Almost 3 weeks. And I am not litigating on this matter, but I'm saying that there are some underlying factors and reasons that is necessitating this question. Not to belabor the point. Ghana has signed a number of carbon credit agreements. The last time we raked in over $2 billion as a result of our agreement with Switzerland. There are a few outstanding agreements that has the potential of bringing in money to our economy. UAE has expressed interest and is a huge potential area that we can cash in on. The minister is always not available. I want to make a recommendation that the leadership reach out to the minister to make himself available to answer these questions. There are only 2 questions I filed. Speaker, let me reference page 2 of the business statement presented by the leader of the House. And the leader is proposing to this House for adoption a proportional composition of the House in lieu of the debate. Speaker, this matter is a non-starter. The greatest respect to the leader. He raised this matter at the committee. I told him in plain words that no, our orders are clear. The Speaker, the Right Honourable Speaker, had given a ruling on such matter. Same matter. And so if the Speaker gives a ruling on a matter and you are seeking to challenge, clearly that's what you are seeking to do, you should come by a motion, and he knows what to do. He cannot bring back a recommendation on a matter that has been decided upon already and say that the House should adopt this matter that the Speaker ruled on. That will be wrong, totally wrong, and it frowns upon our orders. Mr. Majority Leader, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't read the temperature this morning. This morning will help you prosecute government business. The minister is here to answer his question. Let's have peace. Don't raise the temperature unnecessarily, because we are not going to accede to that call. We will not. If you want the Speaker to vary his ruling, come with a motion. The Speaker, besides that, the Majority Leader is lamenting again, the backlog of referrals, 294, and he looks helpless. This backlog of referral not being worked on. The Majority Leader had given some takeaways in terms of directive that ranking members and chairmen who still have referrals in their possession and they are not working on it, they are going to suffer some punitive measures. I follow up dutifully and I have copies of all the business statement. You have said that they will suffer some punitive measures. Last week, you varied that. The leader varied it and said that, the referrals are 294, and therefore, I am begging you, go and work on it. He's repeating the same thing. We can't do that. The Majority Leader, get innovative. That is why we respect you as the leader of the House, and we have confidence in you. Don't come and tell us there's a backlog. We know there is a backlog. Bring innovative measures how we can track down on this backlog, because it's happening under your watch. You can say that I'm also in leadership, but I am a minority whip. You are the leader of the House. He is the leader of the House and the leader of government business. So, forgive me, I have to speak the way I'm speaking. But on this occasion, we cannot be sympathetic to you. You should come out with ways of which we can deal with this backlog, because it's not the best. And apart from that, to be fair to him, he's been talking to the chairman and the ranking member. But some of the chairmen are also working very hard. Some of the ranking members are working very hard. They bring their reports. We don't take them. I can name the Collins Dowda report, for instance. It was programmed. The committee has done its work. It was programmed. We never took it. The House Committee report, it was programmed on the order paper. We never took it. So that also raises a concern. Speaker, let me draw the curtains. But yesterday, the minister was in the House, the Minister of Finance, and we are scheduled a motion on the statement he presented. There's a matter, maybe the Minister of Finance should come back to the House. He must come back to this House. For instance, during his vetting, and one of government policy, I've heard government courageously said it, the sinking fund, they have said that they will help for us to put funds into the sinking fund. And you had said that the previous government that put 138 million into the sinking fund didn't do anything, that you were going to do more. So as we speak, and this is the people's representative, the minister must come back to this House. So the minister must come back, and matters on the sinking fund, which is very important for obvious reasons, you know it, as far as I also do know, you must come and speak to this concern. It's a matter that concerns the Republic, and it's important. Then his capital investment. Last year, government's short of about 55% of capital investment. And so he must be finding his way to this House and to be speaking to such important matters. Speaker, having said this, I strongly want to register our protest for and on behalf of the minority. Yes. We will not. Speaker, I'm referencing page 2 of the business statement presented by the leader, our respected leader. Speaker, we will resist with every strength in us. The Speaker has made a ruling on this matter that you want to speak based on proportion on the SONA. So if one person speaks here, then three persons will speak there. Again, what is that?
Minority whip.
So I'm concluding.
Repetitive.
Yes, I will
you
not.
have made this point.
Yes, Speaker, with respect. So I am saying this. We on this side, Speaker, we on your left-hand side, we will resist we will resist the oppressor's rule, and we will not. Speaker, the leader is very good when it comes to procedure. We won't take that away from him. What do you want to say? Speaker, the leader is very good when it comes to procedure. We respect him for that. That you won't take away from him. But he should know that if he seeks to challenge the ruling, a previous ruling by the Speaker, he knows what to do. Should come by a proper motion. And if you want to come into the room, come through the door, the opening. You want to enter the chamber, come through the door, don't come through the window. We will not allow, we, the minority caucus, will resist any proportional representation and speaking in this house. Yeah. Having said this, I encourage members to support the adoption of the report, but the part that says, that's page A. You'll be there, you'll be saying A. Speaker, the part that says, Speaker, with your leave, the committee accordingly proposed that the allotment of slots, the proportional composition of the House, and subsequently recommends a total number of 27 honorable members to debate on each day, made up of 18 from the majority caucus and 9. It's not going to happen. So, having said that, I encourage members to support the adoption of the report and take out that part must be a sponge. We expunge that part from the report, and then we can adopt same to report. I thank you, Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me thank the leader for the statement and to say how excited I am. The difference a year makes. We are excited about the state of the nation that will be delivered tomorrow, that we are sure will talk about the stability of this city, the economy that is pointing to a direction that clearly shows that we are on the right path. We are excited to listen to the president talk about a state of a nation that has taken its leadership role in the African continent once again. And so we can't wait for that. We can't wait for the message of hope, the state of the nation, and where we are going. And I urge my colleagues to be here all wearing white to welcome the good news. Madam Speaker, I listened to my respected minority chief whip talk about raising temperature because the majority leader rightly, and I know the minority chief whip, he has been preaching on the principle of fairness. Fairness. Every member of parliament walks in this house representing a constituency. Every member of parliament. We are a total of 275 members of parliament. Those they represent, expect them to participate in every debate in this house. So my chief whip is making an argument. And because I believe he believes in fairness, is he telling us that when 88 people on his side against 196, 80, 189. 89. And future. I'm talking about future numbers.
He's talking in the future.
88. What happens to the other members of parliament? Is he saying that they shouldn't speak? I think that because you believe in the principle of fairness, it is only fair that, in fact, I think the leader should have said that it should be 4-1. Huh? So the leader simply said that we are going to proportionally speak, and you are opposing it. You are 88, we are 187. It is only fair that every member of parliament is given the opportunity to contribute to the state of the nation. So, leader, I think you should stand firm on this point. We support you. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Patrick Boama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So, Speaker, last year, this same issue arose, and it was resolved by the Right Honorable Speaker. Members who were nominated by their caucus or caucuses were given the opportunity to make comments on the President's State of the Nation address. It's very important and a very important constitutional duty that the President will be performing tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, you are very experienced. You've been a member of the ACP Parliament. Can you give us one example of a parliament where ratio is used in determining how members contribute to debate or make comments to debate? This is very alien because, Mr. Speaker, if we start adopting
Are you
this...
asking me a question for an answer?
A rhetoric question, Mr. Speaker. I know you can't answer the question. Mr. Speaker, there isn't any parliament in this world, any civilized parliament, for that matter, where ratios are used to determine the number of members to comment or make or contribute to debates on the floor. There isn't one. Mr. Speaker, if this model is adopted by this parliament, there will come a time where even statements, ratios will be used to determine the number of minority MPs to make statements and the number of majority MPs to comment on the statement. Mr. Speaker, this same principle will be used to determine how members contribute to motions on the floor. Today, you are in the majority. You've been in majority and minority before. Never in this parliament or under the Fourth Republic has this thing been ever mooted. Honorable Ayariga, we have to be very careful. This is the House of Parliament, where members from Akuapem South must be given the opportunity to comment on the statement. Members from Akachi, where is my brother from Akachi South? I haven't heard his voice. Because of his duties lately, he doesn't even contribute to debates and statements. We want the first speaker, who has always been very vocal on the floor, to be part of the debates. He must be given the opportunity. Kwame Agboja's Wednesdays for questions, he must stop and come and contribute to debates. So, Mr. Speaker, this model that is being mooted by the chairman of the Business Committee must be struck out, must be dismissed, and must not be encouraged. It's an alien to the rules of the House and also in any civilized parliament in this world. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kwame Agboja.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I realize our colleagues from the other side have been canvassing this patapaa position for a very long time. Even in committees, ratio is what we use to populate membership of committees. What is different about that? Mr. Speaker, every constituent, because I am not here, Mr. Speaker, I am not here representing Volta Caucus, so I'm not speaking on behalf of Volta Caucus. I'm speaking on behalf of the people of Adaplu. I only happen to be a member from Volta region, that is why I'm a member from this. So, Mr. Speaker, the only fair way to deal with this is to say that every constituency must be given a time to speak. If it's 1 minute, it's 1 minute. If it's 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes. Mr. Speaker, anything apart from that will be alien and it will be discriminatory towards the rest of our colleagues. So, Mr. Speaker, I would even want us to take a vote on this matter and settle it once and for all. That every constituency must be given an opportunity. If the MP decide not to speak, that is his or her own problem. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, Honorable Abujinapo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are all looking forward to the State of the Nation address tomorrow. And, Mr. Speaker, the business statement correctly captures it at page 2. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has been attempting to give us a precursor of what is to be expected tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, expectations are varied, but I want to submit that if you conducted any research across the length and breadth of Ghana in general, and among the youth in particular, Mr. Speaker, two of the major issues I believe the country will be our country in very negative ways. And therefore, the minister should be reminded that in spite of all the things he talked about, CD appreciating and all those are welcomed, Mr. Speaker. There's absolutely no two ways about that. Macroeconomic stability is something that is welcome. Of course, that is directly as a result of the post-COVID-19 recovery plan the Akufo-Addo government began implementing as far back as 2022, and that is also on record. Yesterday, the finance minister was here to change, essentially just change the program introduced by Dr. Bawumia, which is the domestic gold purchase program. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the minister who is my successor, in whom I'm quite pleased, would have seen from the handing over notes I gave you that program was initiated when I had the privilege of occupying that office. In fact, the chief executive officer of the Ghana Gold Board is on record to have made references to some of the letters I signed to invoke Section 8 of Act 703 to give our country the preemptive rights to buy gold. And so, Mr. Speaker, that is a fact. But, Mr. Speaker, let me conclude on the call for ratio debating. Mr. Speaker, there is no parliament in the world where debates are conducted on a ratio basis. Mr. Speaker, if it was the case, in the course of the 7th parliament, the MPP had 169 seats in this parliament. And indeed, if the question was about the strength of the respective political parties, Mr. Speaker, in the course of the 7th parliament, that ratio formula would have been applied. It's never done anywhere. Mr. Speaker, I can well imagine and appreciate the frustration of the majority leader. That I can empathize with him. Because, Mr. Speaker, at the very beginning, some of us very modestly and respectfully made the point that the outcome of parliamentary debate is not proportionate to the numbers you have in a parliament. It's proportionate to the quality of contribution and the quality of debate. Mr. Speaker, we've seen it before. In the 2nd parliament, in this parliament, from 1997 to 2001, the MPP minority was some 64 members in that 2nd parliament. The NDC had a humongous majority in that 2nd parliament. Mr. Speaker, in the end, the J.H. Mensah-led minority stood up and indeed rose up to the occasion and presented quality contributions in the 2nd parliament, which culminated in the election of President John Ajay Kufuor. So, Mr. Speaker, look, as I say, I empathize with the majority leader, but there's little we can do to help him. Perhaps he should find a workshop to ensure that the debate is a par And so that if we have 20 people debating from this side and 20 people debating from the other side, the debate will be at par. But it doesn't matter the numbers, Mr. Speaker. Even if you were to insist that only 5 MPP MPs should debate the SONA, Mr. Speaker, and you said 50 NDC MPs to debate the SONA. Mr. Speaker, if you don't get your people to prepare and put forward their best foot forward, you will still have the same problem. And before long, Mr. Speaker, you will be invited that even the minority leader should not be allowed to debate, and that we should leave the entire debate to the majority side. That will still not help if you don't prepare. And that will still not help if the quality of the debate is not strong. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying, and it's also the subject matter of the debate. If the matter on the table is one which doesn't favor you, it doesn't matter, Mr. Speaker, the number of words you use. For example, if we were to debate about cocoa pricing in this chamber, it doesn't matter if the ratio is 5-1. You will not win the debate. If we were to debate about the price of electricity in this chamber, it doesn't matter that you have a ratio of 10-1. You will not win the debate. So, Mr. Speaker, let us stick to the ruling the Speaker gave, which is that in every parliament, one person speaks from the minority, one person speaks from the majority, just as you are doing now. But the gravamen of the matter is the quality of the debate, and it will not matter what ratio there will be. This minority will continue to hold you accountable. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, I normally answer not less than 10 questions every week. I just realized it's only 5 questions for next week. Why don't we have enough questions? Don't we have enough questions? Why would I prepare for only five questions? So, Mr. Speaker, if there are questions in the system, I want it to be at least 10 questions so that I come and prepare very well.
Speaker,
Yes.
if the
Honourable members,
the road minister,
let's move away
Yes.
from
Yes.
the tangential issues
Speaker,
and then
we
come
will
to the
move away.
business statement.
But the road minister, Speaker,
On that note,
the observation he just made, if he had just been patient and spoken to the leader, he would have realized that it's because of SONA. That is why we have limited the number of questions. I don't get him.
yes, minority leader.
Speaker, I have a couple of issues for the Leader of the House to respond to, and I'm sure when this is well handled, it will help this House. Mr. Speaker, first, the Leader of Government Business introduced this proportional debating system. Mr. Speaker, it is not his first time bringing this matter up here. In fact, he brought this matter up, and the Right Honorable Speaker ruled on this. There's a ruling on this matter. Therefore,